What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. I'm Michael, and today we're going to do a relatively quick job. We're going to be upgrading the headlights on our 2004 Kawasaki Mule 550. Factory ones are getting up there in age, about almost 20 years old now, and they're, let's say, not the brightest that they could be. So we have a set of LEDs we're going to put on and hopefully make it a little bit safer to drive around at night. Now, before we begin, we want to make sure that we have all of the parts and tools that are going to be necessary to complete this job. So, going over here to parts, we have our new headlights. These are Rough Country 4-inch round LED headlights, the Chrome series, along with all the associated hardware, mounts, bolts, etc. We also have zip ties, crimp fittings, and heat shrink, along with a lighter to shrink the heat shrink. Now, coming over to tools, we'll have a 13 and a 15 millimeter socket, a 1/4 inch drive ratchet, a 13 millimeter wrench. We'll need a digital volt ohm meter and a set pair of electrical pliers. So, first thing we're going to do is remove the old lights. So, the first thing we're going to want to do is, if both of these were the same color, I would mark which one is positive and which one is negative. However, because they're marked red and black, we know red's positive, black is negative or ground. So all we have to do is unplug these. Usually it's easier said than done. Okay, now we're going to remove the 13 millimeter bolt. So we'll take our wrench. Actually, we'll swap these around. Make sure that's going the right way.
So we'll go ahead and remove our 13 millimeter bolt.
Once it's loose, just take the nut off by hand. There we go. And we'll lift the old light out, and that's the old light out. So we are going to change the mounts out as well because the new lights have a different mount. So for this, we're going to need our 15 millimeter socket. So we'll go right here, put that on. Then the bolt for this goes through and right underneath to right here. So we'll go ahead and loosen that, get that off. Once it hits a certain point, you can do it by hand. Take that out. And that is the old light assembly completely removed. So we'll go ahead and wipe that down. And now we will move on to the next step. So now that we have the old light out of the way, I'm going to first go to my power. We're going to cut the old light connectors off. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and strip a section back. Get a little bit more off. And now we're going to take our crimp fittings. Go ahead and slide them on. Once you have those on, give it a nice tug. Make sure they're secured well. Then we'll take our heat shrink and we'll discover that the one we grabbed was too small. So we'll go just grab the next size up. So we'll go ahead and take our shrink and slide it on. That way it's what we know it's there. Next, we're going to repeat the process installing our new connector. We want to make sure that obviously our power lines up with our power and our ground lines up with our ground. So we'll go ahead and slide him in like such. And take our crimpers on. There we go. So now we'll go ahead and put our heat shrink over. Grab our lighter and heat it down. Alrighty. And now double check, make sure our connections are good. And now we'll go ahead and put our new mount on. Alright. So now we're going to take our hardware over here. Go ahead and slide that through the mount like such. And then like such. We'll go underneath. Centered. Sure. Looks like our bolt is a little bit different size. All right. So looks like we had to add a 14 millimeter as well. Now, surprise. We had to find a different size tool. That's how this goes sometimes.
Now, make sure that this is held in position while we're tightening. Alright, leave it off, get a bit of a love tap, get it back over. Alright.
So now we'll go ahead and take our new light. Where did the light go? Find the light. So one right there. Get our holes all lined up.
There we go. And now there are lock washers for this, but I'm not going to install them. That way it is a little bit easier to adjust if necessary.
Okay. Now, finally, before we do anything else, we'll go ahead and plug our light in to the power socket. Then we'll go ahead and turn the key on and turn the light on and make sure it works. And it does. So we'll go ahead and zip tie up the rest of the loose cable, and then we will move on to the next side. So that's it. So we'll set our multimeter to read direct current. We'll untangle our leads here. So then we'll go ahead and turn the key on. We'll turn our headlights on. Then we'll take our meter, and all we'll simply do is we'll pick a lead in one side and a lead in the other. And if we have them backwards, say we'll see a negative number, so that'll tell us, okay, so if my red is on this one and my black is on this one, then that means that that must be power. The other way you can do this is put your red lead in one and find a bolt or something to ground on the chassis somewhere, and if you get voltage, then that is your power. Because if you see, if we come over to the ground, nothing. So that is how you can check with your multimeter which wire is power, which wire is ground, if you don't know if, say, the colors don't match the wire schematic, or if you don't even have a wire schematic and they're different colors than the red and black that you see here. And that's a wrap, folks. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, comments, etc. And as always, please like and subscribe this video. And take care and stay safe. And we'll see you on the next one.